So, can you tell us a little bit about the situation in Germany for patients who want to have access right now to medical cannabis?
Well, in Germany, the situation at the moment, I am one of just about 900 patients in Germany who are legal or who have a permit to buy cannabis from a certain kind of pharmacy. The prices at the pharmacy are so high, though, that they're about twice as high as the street market price. So, unfortunately, almost none of us, can afford the weed that which is offered.
I'd like to know, when did you decide to treat yourself with cannabis?
I personally had a motorcycle accident back in April 2002. Somebody drove over a stop sign and knocked me off my motorcycle, and I'm in chronic pain. I'm in chronic back pain. That's what I have the license for, and it took a couple of years after that. I'm using cannabis illegally. Since Germany does not hand out licenses since 2009, there ain't no other way than using it illegally. And I am using cannabis since about 3 years after the accident, which was about 2005, early 2006. It was one weekend, and I was sitting with a couple of friends who told me try it. It was not my first experience with cannabis. I had tried it in my youth. I had smoked cannabis for a while when I was young, but then you get older. As you get older, you get married, you have children. I stopped it and found back to it. Like I said, in 2005, 2006, it was about.
Did you have at the time some advice from medical
Friends?
doctor?
No. This was on a weekend in a group with about 5-6 people sitting together, and they were smoking. I was not smoking at that point, but like I said, I did before, and they told me, hey, have a hit, Günter, it's going to help for you, it's going to ease your pain, and it certainly did, just right after I had a couple of tokes. It helped me, and it still does, and that's why I'm sticking with it.
So after that, after you were told by friends to try cannabis to relieve your pains, did you find like a source of information from?
Very hard. It's very hard. It's still very hard. That's the major problem that we have. Even nowadays, it's still the major problem, I would say, is to find a doctor who stands up and stands behind his patient, and all you actually need is apply for it, and you need a statement from, it could be your home doctor. You need a written statement from your home doctor saying that it might help you. But to get that, it's still, to find that doctor who stands up for cannabis is still the biggest problem.
If someone in Germany would like to start treating themselves with cannabis, how could they manage to know about dosage, way of consumption?
I did not, again.
Yeah. If someone in Germany would like to start a treatment with cannabis, how, where, to whom can they ask some information about the dosage, way of administration?
We do have a patient association which is called Selbst. I'm going to say that in German and say the German word for it, which is called a Selbsthilfe-Netzwerk für Cannabis as Medicine, and that is a group of 100, 150, 200 patients that are, I don't know exactly how many are in a group, but that's one thing we have. The other, where you can go there and ask them where can I find a doctor, and if they do have a doctor for you, they will help you.
So as far as I know, you submit an application to the German government years ago in order for you to get a license, to use cannabis. How's that going?
For growing or for?
For growing, yeah.
I am, because from the first day I got the permit, I knew I cannot afford that highly as astronomical priced cannabis that you get from the pharmacy. So just about a couple of months, half a year later, I applied at my government to grow my own, and it took 4 years for the first court date, which we had, who were actually 5 patients suing the country for homegrown, and we had a court date first court date in summer 2014, where 3 of us were granted to grow. The license we don't have yet. The license, though, we still don't have up to date.
Okay, so you're still in the fight.
We're still fighting for it. The government is not gonna give us anything for free. Anything that has been achieved in Germany so far, it's been fought for by sick people.
So do you think you will need like more brave patients as you and your colleagues to start
Again,
making? Yeah. Do you think that maybe you will need to get involved more patients in Germany? These calls?
Of course. We are getting more. It's slow. It's a slow process. I mean, Germany is a country of 80 million people. We have 900 patients. Israel, for example, it's a country of 8 million people and has, I think, about 2,500 licensed patients. So it's a slow process, but the train is going and it's unstoppable. We're going to win at the end.